Today, I'm going to show you how to create a full moon elixir brewed during a blue moon. The things we'll need for our full moon elixir is a 1-glass bottle, and I opted for this flat-sided round bottle. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. We're going to replace the cork with a round glass stopper. We're going to fill our potion today with some rubbing alcohol, and we are going to use alcohol inks to color it. We're going to use Prussian Blue and Mars Black. If you're not going to use rubbing alcohol, you'll want to use regular food coloring. We are going to use an iridescent blue mica powder and some light blue cording. And we're going to add some extra details with an embossing pad, a rubber stamp, and some glow-in-the-dark embossing powder. We will also need a heat gun. And finally, we will need our label printed on sticker paper, and the link for this is in the description down below. Let's get started. Would you like a chance to win a monthly potion bottle from me? Then consider supporting me over on Patreon. All of my patrons have a chance to win a monthly potion bottle. Patreon not your thing? No worries. You can become a member here on YouTube and get exclusive icons and emojis to use in the comment section. Link is in the description down below. All right, the first thing we're going to do for this one is emboss our moon on the back of our jar. So I have figured out which side is the flattest, and this is only really going to work on a flat surface. If you have a glass jar that's completely rounded, your stamp isn't going to stamp onto it flat, so you're not going to be able to get a good embossing. Because this has a flat side, I'm going to be able to emboss this no problem. So I'm going to lay my bottle down, and then I'm going to take my embossing pad, and this is one from Michael's, and it comes with an extra dropper bottle to be able to refill this, which is really nice. But I'm going to take my stamp, and I'm going to press several times because the stamp is bigger than the stamping pad. So you want to make sure we get everything covered, and you can kind of see the gloss to know that we did. Okay. And then we're going to put our moon. I want to try to center this up a little bit. So we're going to put our moon on here. I'm going to push really good. All right, and then when we pick this up, I don't know how well you can see it, but I can tell that it appears to be in a good spot. So now we're going to dust it with our embossing powder. It's okay if you put a lot on there because we're going to put it right back in the jar when we collect it off the paper. All right. All right, and I don't know how well you guys can see, but our glow-in-the-dark embossing powder has stuck to the stamp. So I'm going to put the remainder of our glow-in-the-dark embossing powder back in the jar. And I'm going to take my heat gun, and we are going to heat up our embossing powder, and you'll see it kind of bubble up. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, But we get this embossed, beautiful moon design on the back of our jar. And because it's glow-in-the-dark embossing powder, it's also going to glow in the dark. So this will be on the back of our bottle. All right, so now that we have our moon embossing on the back, we're going to go ahead and fill our potion up. So we're going to add our alcohol. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit in here because we're going to do the mica powder in here. You don't have to do it in a separate container, but it's a lot easier for you guys to see the color shift when I do it this way. All right, so I want the color of this to be like a deeper navy night sky. So we're going to use our Prussian blue first. And I'm going to do 3 drops. And as you can see, that's not very dark yet. We're going to add 1 drop of Mars Black, and then we'll see where we need to go from there. It's always better to start small, because you can always add more. And now we're going to add our mica powder. And again, this is an iridescent blue. We've used this one before. It's really pretty. And we're going to do a pretty decent scoop. And I may even do another little half scoop here. And I'm going to cap this so I can really shake it up to make sure it's all incorporated before we pour it in. And we get this really beautiful iridescent blue shimmer. All right, so we're all incorporated. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. And that is so pretty. But obviously I need a little bit more alcohol. And I do think I'm going to add 1 more drop of blue to be safe, that we keep that nice dark color. And that iridescent blue is so pretty. I'm going to dry the neck of our bottle here. I'm going to add our stopper, and we will UV glue this in as well. Okay. Let's give this a good shake. And I love how our embossed moon stands out against our deep iridescent blue shimmers. All right, so now that we have our stopper on, I'm just going to go around it with some of our UV glue to seal this in. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our label, and I did make this one to be a companion piece to our Moonstones jar. It's got the same font, similar styling. So that way the two can kind of go together if you want to have a little moon theme. So I went ahead and peeled the backing paper off. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and rub this down. All right, so now we have our label and our embossed moon on the back. So now we're going to go ahead and add our cording to the neck of our bottle. So I thought we'd go with a light blue to kind of mimic the light blue in the label. And we're going to wrap this one just like we have hundreds of other bottles before. And I'll put a link above and in the description to my tips and tricks video if you're unsure of how we wrap our bottles. All right, so now we have our neck wrapped. And I think I want to add some white wax seal drips here. All right, I think our sealing wax is ready, so we're going to go around here and just add some pretty pearly white drips. Yeah, I think that looks good. Just enough drips to add some texture and a little more shimmer. So today's potion was actually inspired by this grouping of gemstone bracelets from our friends at Otter Spirit. So this is the Blue Moon Vision Bracelet Pack, and this is specifically made for the blue moon that is in Sagittarius, which is happening May 31st. So because this blue moon in Sagittarius is one of the rarest luminations of the year, it's a time to aim higher, release what no longer serves you, and trust your instincts. And these 3 gemstones are going to help you do that. First, we have the Aquamarine bracelet, and this is calming protection. It's a soothing stone known for calming properties. It promotes inner peace, clarity of mind, and clear communication. And then we have the Sunstone bracelet. So this is prosperity and cleansing. Sunstone is the positivity stone. It radiates warmth and vitality, promoting abundance, motivation, and confident self-expression. And lastly is the Lapis Lazuli bracelet, and this is balance and clarity. Lapis Lazuli is the wisdom stone. It inspires inner truth, clarity, and self-expression while supporting emotional healing and harmonious communication. So this bracelet pack is going to bring us a calming, confident prosperity after the blue moon. So just like I talked about with you guys last time, their gemstones are of the highest quality. They are all AAA grade. They are all authentic and natural. And what I love about this company is that $1 from every bracelet goes towards the otters. So I love that they're protecting the otters. And these bracelets are really good quality. I wear my other pack all the time, and I'm really rough with my hands at my job and everything else, and they have held up great. They look beautiful, so I just love the quality of these pieces. So if you want to get your own blue moon pack or even any gemstone, so they have all different types of stones for intention, zodiac signs, chakras, you name it. So when you go on their site, you can really see what speaks to you. But I have a discount code to help you get that. So for 30% off your order over $99, just put Chick30. And for 20% off any order, it's Chick20, like Cooking and Craft Chick. And I will put the link to their website as well as what my coupon codes are in the description. So if you like gemstones and you love beautiful bracelets that are quality, I highly recommend you check them out. And with that, there you have it. Our finest full moon elixir brewed during a blue moon. This will be a great addition to our potion and prop collection making along the way. So if you guys like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.